Amanda and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be discussing the Nigerian law school, basically like a little note to the law students, both currently and law students in the future, just tips that I believe is going to help you in the law school. I would like to state categorically that there is nothing that I will say here that will be particularly new. This video is meant to just be like a reminder, a reinforcement. Maybe you needed to hear it from someone else and that kind of thing, yeah, to just help your law school journey. So I understand that due to what's happening currently, I mean, I don't have to mention it, the Nigerian law school asked the students to go home earlier for the externship, earlier than normal. And I also understand that the Nigerian law school timetable has changed. While I was in law school, you finish all your lectures first before you go for externship. For, in case somebody that's not a law student or a lawyer is reading, it's just like IT for other courses. So okay, while I was in law school, it was after your lectures. When you're done, then you come back and write the bar exams. But understand now that you have some lectures, the externship is in the middle, and then bar then you come back and you have lectures before the bar exam. So there's a little bit of a difference, or a significant difference, but regardless, I believe that what I'm going to say in this video is still going to be helpful. Yeah, I mean, understand that when I'm doing this because when I was in law school, you just want to, like, we were always reading an essay that somebody else will write, somebody that passed and had done well will write about law school and this kind of thing. So that's why I decided to make this video, and people ask me questions a lot, so I'm hoping that this will be of help. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say is in the law school, have a positive disposition. I honestly believe that it's extremely important that all through your stay in the law school, you just remain positive. That's because the law school could be really, it could be demanding. I mean, it's not really a big deal as far as you do what you have to do, but it could be demanding. You have a lot of workloads. You're listening to various opinions and testimonies. Some may not be so good, and it will weigh you down, and just the fear, because you know that you just have to write this exam once. Not like university where you have every year to build up your GP. You just have to write this exam once and determine if you finally end up being a lawyer or not. So I understand all of that. So I think in law school it's important to just be positive. If there is anything that in the bigger picture in this circumstance of being in law school doesn't really matter, just let it aside. Like, don't stress yourself too much. Just try to be positive all through. Like, it helps, because I believe when you're positive, or how you feel in your head affects how you process information, how you see the entire experience as your entire outlook on the process. I'd just like to say that law school was actually it was a good experience for me. Not like the studying, that wasn't bad, but it could be, you know, it could be too much at times. But I enjoyed my time in law school. Maybe enjoy is an exaggeration, but I had a good time. Like, it wasn't torturous for me. Like, I would not necessarily want to go back, because in this life ahead but law school was nice. So maybe if you guys are interested, I may do a story time later on how the law school was for me and everything. Number 2, believe in yourself. This sounds so cliche, and I feel like I'm beginning to sound like a motivational speaker, but it is important to believe in yourself in law school. Law school could be a lot of things, or different things to different people. For someone that did not do so well in university, it may be a clean slate to do better, or for someone that did so well in his university or her university, as the case may be, maybe you're a star boy or the star girl, you were the only first class in your faculty. It could also come with its own pressure, because you're trying to defend your faculty's honor, prove that yes, your first class was real. There's a lot of things that we put on ourselves. I mean, I'm not going to be here and I'm not going to sit down here and be like, yeah, forget about it. No, I know that for some persons, they come into law school with pressure, with a certain degree of pressure, and when you're pressurized, you tend to, you doubt your abilities, you're not confident, and those kind of things. but I believe that for law school it's important to believe in yourself. For me, I was somewhere in the middle. I was a 4.42 student, like almost first class student. First class was 4.5. So when I got into the law school, I wanted to do better than I did in uni, but at the same time I was like, it took me a very long time to believe or understand that I could make it. Next thing I'm going to say is probably the most obvious thing in this situation: study. Is there any other thing you could do that will not include studying in the Nigerian law school? I mean, it's a school, you have a particular time to be there. It only makes sense that you study. And the law school is the worst place to allow things to pile up. Like, that's not a good recipe, because it's a lot of workload. And I feel like when you just open it and you see all that you have to cover that you haven't covered, that will, in my opinion, affect your psyche. So please just study. Do what you have to do per time. It doesn't get... That's just it. And some people said they do not read until the exams. I want to say do you, but in this situation, from me, or rather advise that you start studying from the get-go. Don't allow things to pile up. It's not good. In addition to that, I would say listen in class. I feel like this is such an underrated point, because coming from, like, most of us coming from Nigerian law schools, just feel, yeah, what else are they going to tell me? I could as well read it in the textbooks. That doesn't particularly apply in law school, because there are specific answers, specific questions in law school. If you don't know it, you don't know it. And most times, law school takes a stand. There may be varying authorities, varying case law, or various case law, or various interpretation to a particular statute, and law school sticks with one. If you're not in class, how are you going to know that? Because it's not like after lectures, you're not going to start telling people, tell me what you said, or you want to check their notes. What if somebody doesn't write it? I just think it's important to be in class, and even helps you when you're reading later, to understand and process the information you have in your books. Because if you're relying on only your books may have, the author may take a position, and that is not the law school position. And in the exam, you go and write the law school's position. That's a fail. That's not the correct thing. So I always advise that you should listen in class. Listen in class. It's just the best. It's just go to class, attend your classes. Junior is not the period to be somewhere else. Be in class. It really helps. Number 4, I would say know thyself. I'm saying this because at times, like law school, you may just forget who you are, forget your method of doing things, forget how you read and how you generally behave in an academic environment. Maybe what you were doing in university that used to work for you, you come to law school, you see people doing other things, and you just want to do that. So just do you. Do what you do that works for you. For example, I don't read in the AMs. I could read at night, but once it gets to 11, I should be sleeping. And then I don't read immediately after class, because I need to have my siesta. So after classes, I sleep. An hour, 30 minutes, eat, wake up refreshed, go and read, come back, sleep, wake up in the AM, in early hours of the morning, rather, like maybe I could wake up 4:30, 5 a.m. to read again, 5:30, maybe grab like 2 hours of reading, an hour, 30 minutes for class. That was my own method. So it's possible to go to law school and say that people are doing other things that you just want because you think this is the one that will work for you. No, you know yourself, you understand yourself, you should be able to assess yourself, and that is what you should continue to apply. Don't do something that is alien to you, because I don't know how long you will sustain it, and you may just get yourself burnt out. The 5th thing I would say is group discussions. Aside the group discussions that law school will like automatically and compulsorily group you into, it's important. I think it could help if you have personal group discussions with people that are like-minded, like you. I mean, don't just go there and be gisting all through. I said don't be gisting all through, because I don't know how you be with people you're talking and you 1 or 2 gist will not creeping. That aside, but have group discussions, because it would be like a fun way to read and study and learn together. Because one of the most troubling things is to read for 5 hours and go back and you're trying to remember something and you don't remember. That could be really, it's not a good feeling. So a tip for that, I would say, once you even think about what you forgot, just immediately look for your book and open it, and I think it will stick when you do that. But also, have group discussions. So maybe even if you something that you don't understand, somebody else will say it and it will stick more, or just the fact that, oh, you'll be like, okay, so and so had said this. Yeah, I think that kind of helps. But I always advise that you read before you go to group discussions, otherwise they're just hitting you with various information. And yeah, I don't know how that one will just make you feel threatened and fear that, oh my god, there's so much I don't know. So it's important to like just read before you go. Then I've lost my count. Number 6 is to talk to people. Have like someone that you could talk to that will just encourage you and speak life into you, because that's really important in law school. But like at times you could get weary, defeated, so I feel like you're not doing enough, you're being stupid. You hear that people are reading for 16 hours straight and you're like, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? You know, just talk to someone. It could be your friends. They'll be like, okay, it's fine, Amanda, you're doing all right, you're going through, this one too shall pass, those kind of things. So yeah, just have someone that will speak to you regularly. The 7th thing, and not least at all, is to pray. I think when you know that this is where your ability stops, and then another force has to do the remaining, because there's just so much that you can do. There's just so much that you can keep in your head. Some persons have photographic memories, not everyone. So it's important to just every time lay your burdens to God. Thank him that you believe, thank him because you know that even for this one it's going to be a win for you. Do you understand? And yeah, I have so many testimonies from law school. Maybe I will share them later if anyone is interested, but I just think it is important to pray. Whatever you believe in, whatever your faith is, just pray and let's do your part and let go of the part you can't do, because there's just so much that you can do, to be honest. Then I think I'm done with what I have to say. Also, I know that I've said have a positive disposition and all this good stuff. It may not always be that way in law school. There may be things that will happen that will affect your disposition and will just make you feel like, okay, you know what, this is not even worth it, let me just leave. For example, you may hear bad news from home, you may have financial challenges, there's some inconsiderate boy or girl somewhere that doesn't understand that you need to be calm, is affecting and stressing you by giving you relationship wahala. All those kind of things may happen. So I think it's just important that you control what you can, ask God for strength, and then just keep it pushing. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say in this video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please share this with anyone that you think will need this information, that is Nigerian law school students. And then I'll drop my email if you have any question, or you could drop in the comment section any question you want me to address, or anything that you want me to talk about further in another video. Just do that. I'll also drop my email if you need someone to talk to. You could just send me an email. It doesn't have to be like a formal email. I mean, I can't give everyone my phone number, so just send me an email. And then there's some persons here that are watching, thank you guys, that already have my phone number. As usual, just send me a message on WhatsApp, because maybe at times if you call me, I may not be there. You could call me, but if I don't pick, just send me a message. Immediately I see it, I will respond. So thank you so much for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.